Hello. Right, I run out of parts and for the minute for those on the board, so let's move on to something else. I just pulled out this one from under the stairs. This is an M1, Maygay M1, not an M1A. It's an original M1. It's had the 2K to 8K RAM conversion done, so it can be used as a 1A. I just fired it up right now and reset's gone absolutely loopy. Now, here's the problem. I've already disabled Q1 over there. It's actually called Q101 on one of these. Disable Q101 and reset is still going loopy. Now, it shouldn't be, because when you take Q101 away, the reset circuit should be disabled. It should just fire once and then stop. It should just sit high. Take a look at this. Yeah, you like my scope, by the way? There's tracing I've got here. I'm tapping it off of here and it's coming from pin 13 of U5 there, which is used for the anti-spark and V-Sense. Sorry about the shaky camera work. I'll try and keep it as still as I can. Could do with a tripod. Now, on U13 the pulse is way, I don't know if I can read it with the oscilloscope already connected to it, but no, I can't. It's getting traced off down there. U13 there, both the inputs are stable. Where's it again? Both the inputs to this are stable, so the output should just be a high. Pin 13 of this, it goes off and it triggers. It's the 556 timer in there, which is used for power on reset. That should just be sitting high. It shouldn't really be wiggling like that. I mean, it's got about, it's sitting between, it's wiggling all over the place between 4 volts and 1 volt. It shouldn't really be doing that. It should just be sitting at constant high. Now, I don't think, I mean, the pot is pretty grubby. The M1's got a reset sensitivity pot. None of the other revisions after it do, but this one does. But I don't think it's that, because the inputs are stable. So, what I'm intending to do right now is I'm going to pull U5 out of there and replace it. I've got another one sitting here. And we'll see if it clears up that problem of the reset, and then we can go off and look at other things. Right, see if I just show you in the schematic here. Here's U5 here. I'll get a pointer, excuse me. Here's U5 here. And pin 13 goes off and it forms the trigger of U11, the 556 timer for reset. Here's our comp line here coming from Q101, which is, excuse me a minute, here. Here's Q101 here, and the purpose of that line, you see it just going off there, the purpose of that line is to, it basically pulls the reset line low. This is controlled by a couple of lines from here and here, and it pulls it low. It's just to trigger reset. But that has been unplugged. That has been unplugged. So this line is doing nothing. So pin 13 is responsible for the trigger itself, and it shouldn't be triggering this anymore. Now, it will naturally trigger on startup because of the way the circuit's arranged, and it will give you one pulse out and reset and stop. But there's nothing triggering this at the minute, and there's nothing. These inputs here are stable, so this shouldn't be wiggling. It shouldn't be doing that. And you see it's just really flaky. You really shouldn't be doing that. So I'm going to change that out and see what happens. Yeah, I'm going to change this out. I might even change this out as well. And we'll verify the traces and all the voltages around about here, because it could be that this is missing. It could be that there's something flaky with one of these connections here. But this is being triggered by this, and it really shouldn't be right now. Okay, I'll get on with it. Now, sometimes I crack myself up here. Reset high. I replaced this and it made no difference at all. It was exactly the same. You see that's normal. What I actually turned it to be was I'd cut the Maygay Q101 over there, but I just left it in the board and it was shorted for base to emitter as well. Not booting though. We're out of reset, but we're not booting. But I think I've already discovered why. Now, I've done a wee bit of probing around. I'm not getting any enable to the RAM. And I'm not getting a RAM enable signal to the PAL chip. But if I go up here, and I got pin 19, that's a ROM enable. And that is a horrible mess. That just looks totally wrong. So I am going to try swapping out this PAL. I've only got an M1A PAL, but let's see if it works. Okay, I changed the PAL out and I got exactly the same thing. Now what I noticed, if I turn this on, is that there are some strange things going on with the board to do with I/O. First of all, if I go, what is it, 40, 5. I noticed the enabling Q pulses are being stretched at random intervals, and what that tends to tell me is for them to be stretched like that, and they really shouldn't be getting stretched at the minute because the board's just started up, it tells me that the memory ready line is going scatty. So if I go up one to pin 36, yeah it is. Now the only way that can be happening is if the 154 over here is freewheeling. What I mean by freewheeling is it's randomly pulsing all its outputs for no reason. And it is. The 154 is freewheeling. Now, if you wonder what memory ready is and why it stretches the pulses like it does, memory ready tells the processor to slow. It's a bit difficult to explain it in layman's terms. It tells the processor to slow the timing down so that slower devices on the board can be accessed by the processor. Usually with M1 it's used to access the, where is it? It's used to access the sound circuit over there. But at the minute, especially with the test ROM, it shouldn't really be doing what it's doing. We're not trying to access the sound ROM and the sound ROM. Not trying to access the Yamaha chip, the sound processor. So if this is freewheeling, it tells me that there's something not quite right with its control lines. They are pin 18 and 19. So 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19. Yeah. Yeah, pin 18's gone a bit daft. You can see it there. I've got the oscilloscope set at really high speed. 24, 23, 22, 18. Yeah, you can just see it coming into view. It's barely catching it there, but yeah. These control lines are being pulsed when they shouldn't be. I'll tell you what, they should have stopped pulsing by now. They shouldn't be doing anything because the enables to them should be turned off. I'll tell you why. The very first instruction in most M1A programs, in the machine code, is LDA 1. Load the accumulator of the processor with 1. The next instruction is STA20C0. And that means store the accumulator, which is the value of 1. So store 1 to address location 20C0. Now what that does is it turns pin 4 of U29 here on. I'll show you what that does. If I just go over here, we'll turn the board off for a minute. Right, where's my pointer? My logic probe will do. Right. STA20C0 and C0, and it should be the same for Maygay M1s as well as M1As. It turns this pin on. It sets this to a value of 1. This here sets it 20C0. So this is 20C0, 20C1, 20C2 and so on. So you can actually use that value and then just add 1 to it to work out in the ROM code where these lines are being selected, if you wanted, if you had time or the inclination. Now when that's set to 1, that comes round here, all the way over here, up here, and it feeds into there. I'll move this over a bit. This is a bit gonzo way of doing this, but never mind. It feeds into pin 11 of the 16L8, which is your GAL chip. It's the label chip in the middle of the board. I mean, the labels come off this one. It's that chip there. It's location U39, and this it's U32, I think, in M1A. But it basically sets the output enable of the PAL chip high, and it turns all the I/O pins off. It'll turn pins. It basically stops pin 17 of this signal, and it stops the signal going to the ROM. You're basically shutting this down so you can access the RAM and do the RAM checks or read and write to RAM. If you can't execute that instruction to set that to a 1, you can't turn the I/O outputs on this off. So they'll still respond to any instruction, any address coming into these pins here. Even though it should be off, and you're trying to read or write to the RAM instead, you'll still be sending valid data to this, and it'll still be responding on its output pins when it shouldn't be. The only pin that should be doing anything when that's high is that RAM signal there. Now, I'm not explaining it very well, but you get the idea. You've got to disable the outputs before you can read the RAM. You can't do them together. And that's the reason it's freewheeling, because it's trying to do them together. So anything you're trying to write to there on the address bus, you're also sending the information to here, because the control line's there. See? That there, pin 19, that is still enabled. That's still low, and it should be high to turn all these outputs off. I think the reason they've done that is so you don't have weird things happening in the machine on reset. This basically disables everything you see on the machine. The machine's cold and dark, shall we say, until it's fully booted up, and then it'll turn the output drives on, and you'll see your rails and lamps or whatever. You don't want the rails and lamps in alpha display and sound and doing God knows what when you're trying to do a RAM test. It just wouldn't be good, would it? So that's why they put this in. That's why they put this little bit of control in here. Now, at the minute, what I'm seeing is I've got valid address data coming into here. I've got valid information coming into data pin. Sorry, I misspoke there. I've got a valid address location and I've got valid data coming into pin 13. Resets high, and I've got a valid gate signal coming into pin 14, and I'll show you. If I just point you to the oscilloscope, make sure we're not shorting anything out with stretched pins or whatever. If I come in here, you've got to be very careful not to short stuff out with this crocodile lead. Should really put a bit of tape on it. So, sorry, you're going to be a bit of a surfing trip there. 16, 15, 14. I've got a valid output drive. I've got a valid gate signal, so I should be driving outputs, but I'm not. So observe. Let's turn it off. I do apologise for the camera work. I'm not the best at camera stuff. Really never have been. I definitely wouldn't win anything at the Cannes Film Festival. So, I've just piggybacked an own good one out another board from there. Hold on. That did work earlier. Hang on a minute. Oh yeah, hold on. Un momento. And there we go. U29 was dead. I had a funny feeling it would be dead because you can't... It had a valid gate signal getting driven into it, but nothing coming out. Now, it's not working perfectly. You see it's stuttering a wee bit. Sometimes it cuts out. Sometimes I'm having to freeze it and reset it. It's because the good chip over the top there is fighting with the bad one. But it's all being accessed properly now. It's been able to do its RAM check. It's been able to turn this off. It's been able to turn the power off to access the RAM. So what I'm intending to do now is I'll find something with a 259 on it. I'll swipe it and put a socket in and install it on the board there, and I'll probably replace the one underneath it as well because they're both a little green. And that'll be that. That's another one working. Now, I know I've got my oscilloscope here and I'll show off my logic analyzer stuff and stuff like that too, but you don't need one of these to fix one of these. I'm just using this for convenience because I've got it. It's handy to be able to see certain things going on and work out the timing of stuff. Or if I wanted to be a real smart arse, I could have brought down the logic analyzer and actually looked at the RAM and ROM in real time and see what we're doing. No, you've just got to remember something. You've just got to remember the first instruction. The very first thing this board will do, once it accesses the ROM and reads a couple of instructions, is it will turn pin 4 of this on. It'll turn pin 4 of U29 on an M1 U11. The very first thing any Maygay board needs to do is access address 20C0 and turn that pin on, so it can do its RAM check. The very first thing you look at is you check your address and data bus on your RAM and CPU first. Check you've got all connection going to the ROM card. You should, with any luck, have a working ROM in your ROM card and you'll have no issues there. So once you've done that, check to see if you've got that pin's turning on. Check the reset circuit first. Take Q1 out. Q101 on this, because sometimes it's as simple as a bad capacitor in the reset circuit that knocks these off. Unless you've got bad battery damage, which unfortunately you do get. But if you've got a board here that's clean but just stopped, check for that pin first and then work back from there. And what you do, if you can't work back from there, check the RAM works. Check you've got a good CPU, because obviously you need a good RAM and CPU for it to work, and then check the circuitry that's driving U11 or U29, whatever. On this, it's provided you've got a known good RAM in there. It's easy enough just to cut the old one out and put a new one in. They're not that expensive to get, and you still can't get them new, by the way. Farnell's were selling them for £8. You check for pin 4 here. If you can't get pin 4 here, check these connections are good. These connections are good. You check back here. On an M1A, this would be U31. It's U13 in this. And you work your way back. You be methodical about it. You don't panic and just check everything and put millions of wire links everywhere. Sometimes signals won't look right to you, but they actually are right. It's just they're happening so fast that you can't see the change. I mean, a logic probe's not perfect. This won't show a change from high to low at 4 megahertz. It'll show you a change, it'll show you pulsing, but it won't show you what's pulsing. This even struggles sometimes. But as long as you're patient, you'll get these fixed. So, anyways, I'm going to sign off for now. This is another one fixed. It's going back to the owner to have the rest of the hardware done. As remember, I don't do reels, I don't do lamps, I just get the core system booting. That's all I'm asked to do. Right. If you like the videos, leave a comment, and it's bye bye for now.